Stavros Tousios for M4Markets. Today we are going to continue the week with the pound and also gold. I just wanted to revisit the pound because we have spotted last time a big divergence over here. We talked, of course, about the potential of this turning into a wedge. It seems to be a case where, hold on, let me check before I tell you, where we are exactly at the 100% of the second leg, which means this is still a valid case of a wedge. Now, what this means as a wedge, what this means is there is two cases. We have 5 waves up and we're going to get a big correction to the downside, or we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the 5th wave is going to be continuing after a short-term correction to the upside, which means the bigger correction is going to be much higher. Look though, while we remain above the 50% at 123 or so, the case for an extended wave over here, i.e., we might see something like this, for example, even going below the 54 for a moment, we might see that coming up to around 127.68 before we see a larger correction, right? Now, the most important thing though that we need to pay attention here is not the Fibonacci. The Fibonacci gives us the bias, above is bullish, below is bearish, but more important, it's the long-term channel over here. And as long as we remain within this channel, then this trend remains to the upside. Now, if we look at the leg from down here all the way up, we have come down to 23%. Okay, now there is the 38, there is the 50. The 50 is outside that channel, and these sort of move to the downside so far though it doesn't look so impulsive, which means that this, although it could continue lower, might do so in a corrective manner. Okay, and if that holds like the 38 or the bottom of the channel, then there could be a more likelihood of this being an actual continuation in the last and terminal wave, by the way, rather than that we go straight down from here. Okay, and that is because we're making this assumption that because this structure looked corrective, there is going to be a further continuation to the upside. Now, when it comes to gold, it has a similar structure on the RSI. Okay, it's actually quite an alarming signal over here on the RSI that we had this sort of divergence spotted a while ago, and we talked about the potential of a rejection up to this channel as well, and we actually receiving it now. However, let me just tell you something here, right? We have had a triangle over here, okay, and this triangle, as you can see now, its prices came back there and retested, okay, and that has come down in a corrective manner. So there is two things we can happen now. We continue higher from here, okay, and that means this is the first, the second, the third. We're going to get the 4th and the 5th wave, so we're going to get 2 more structures to the upside, or that might have finished, guys, which means we're going to get only a short-term upside and then we continue lower. The thing is, and this is a critical thing to remember going forward, if we lose the 1950, most probably the top is in. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean the top. We're going to know in the medium term, of course, at a later stage, but it will mean that most probably this is going to go much lower down. And when we get to around the 1900s, which is the 50% of this leg from down here all the way up, then we will know whether this continues higher, okay, which means we're going to get a 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th move to the upside, rather than, or we continue lower from there. If we lose after this the 1800s, then most probably we're going to have to look around the 1750 or so to determine whether this is going to go higher or not. Now, in the shorter term, of course, because this is the focus, I really want to pay attention to this bounce over here, the 62, right? This can be a complex correction, as you can see, since we have the overlaps. That so far though doesn't really look like impulsive. It doesn't look like it wants to go much higher because there is some sort of overlapping features that I can see already. Obviously, we're going to know when prices go higher or lower, how they're going to go. That's going to give us a bit more clue. But for now, the 2K has turned into resistance once again. Okay, and when the 2K turns into resistance, typically we consolidate. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen today. For now, 2K is top, 1918 is bottom. If 2K breaks, 2015, 2020 or so becomes the intraday high.